Hello everyone, I'm Bashar Al-Naher and this is the second webinar of the program Attaining Dental Nirvana, or bits of the program anyway. And again, this webinar is extremely powerful. I will absolutely give you a guarantee that if you follow through with this webinar and the contents of this webinar, that it will totally transform your life. I absolutely guarantee it. You will start to feel far less stress, anxiety, worry, guilt, fear, any negativity, and you will start to feel a greater sense of inner contentment, peace, happiness, joy, and bliss, provided you take this seriously. And the topic today is about beliefs and our belief system. And concerning that, what I'd like you to do when I start to talk, please, I'd like you to listen in a mindful way, which means watch out for any judgments or any negativity in this background autopilot negative state. It would be totally pointless for this seminar, if this webinar, if I were to say something positive and the voice in your head keeps saying something like, no, this is nonsense, it doesn't make any sense, I'm not buying into that. Many people have a voice in their head that's their worst tormentor. And you want to be careful and watch out for this judgmental voice. So I ask you to listen with an open mind. And I know, because I've tried this technique or this, the concepts that I'm going to be giving you today is, first of all, evidence and science based. And secondly, I've tried it in my own life with unbelievable, tremendous positive effects. So today we're going to be dealing with beliefs. And beliefs are really thoughts. There are several in our life as we go about our life, as we live our life. We start to get thoughts, and we get them from our parents, our relatives, our culture, our background, our upbringing, our peers, our friends, and as well as the analysis of within, the analysis that we make within. We get these thoughts. Now, these thoughts can be weak thoughts like wishes or opinions. And then they can be quite powerful thoughts, which are beliefs. And beliefs really are thoughts, but it's defined as a feeling of certainty. The most powerful thoughts are those that we have absolute certainty about, that we are 100% sure that they are true. And when we are sure that something is true, they act as a compass. They direct our lives and they decide how we feel about things, how positive or how negative we feel about things, and more importantly, how we behave and how we act. So beliefs are extremely powerful. Now, there are two types of beliefs. There's what I call empowering beliefs, but there's also disempowering beliefs. And as we start to form our beliefs, unfortunately, very few of us form our beliefs in a conscious way. Throughout this process of life, most of the beliefs that we acquire are formed unconsciously, and included in those unconscious beliefs are disempowering or negative beliefs. Negative beliefs or disempowering beliefs such as, I don't feel confident, such as, I'm not good at doing this or that. That's beliefs concerning yourself. There are also beliefs concerning life. For example, some people may believe that life is unfair, life is like a jungle. Everyone's out for himself. It's a cutthroat business. And then there are beliefs about others. And some people may believe that, people are generally selfish. They're all out for themselves. Generally there isn't much compassion or love in the world. These are also disempowering beliefs. Today, I want us to concentrate on acquiring, being aware of, realizing and assimilating a very powerful, empowering belief. I'm not asking for miracles. I would only like us to concentrate on one belief. Now, that belief is a big one. It's a massive one. It's the belief, it's the mother of all beliefs. It's the belief that allows all other negative beliefs to be totally shattered and decimated. And it'll enhance all positive beliefs. So it is the main belief that will annihilate negative beliefs and will massively enhance positive beliefs. Now, I've been through this in life where I've seen empowering beliefs and I've heard of empowering beliefs, but something in my mind tells me, I'm not convinced, or it doesn't make sense to me, or I can't get my head around it. And I've come to the conclusion that if I continue to do that with empowering beliefs, I won't benefit from them. So I've stopped considering whether they make sense or whether I can get my head around it. I look at evidence now. Does this belief empower me or not? I don't much care whether it's true in absolute terms, or it makes sense to me or not, or whether I can get my head around it or not. It would be nice if I could, but if I can't, I'm not going to stop myself taking on that belief just because I can't get my head around it, because I'll be the one losing. So my simple criteria is, if a belief serves you, if it empowers you, then take it. And when we take it full on, and we develop absolute certainty in that belief. The more certainty we develop in an empowering belief, the stronger we become within. So what is that belief? I'm only asking for one, just for us to take on board and have a sense of certainty about one belief. And that is this. The belief is to accept what is happening in the present moment, to accept it unconditionally. Of course, there's a certain logic to it. What's happening at this very moment in time, my question to you is, can you stop what's happening at this very moment in time? Of course we can't. There's an inevitability about the present moment. It's going to happen. It's happened right now. I'm talking only of this moment. Can you stop this moment from happening in the way and the shape that it is now? You can't, because it's just happened. I'm not talking about the moment that's just passed, and I'm not talking about the moment that's about to come. I'm talking about this instant. If you can't stop it, then the best thing to do is to accept it. And even better is to accept this present moment unconditionally. And even better is to accept this moment unconditionally, surrender to this moment as if you had chosen it. Accept the now as if you had chosen it. That is the most powerful, empowering belief you can possibly have, because it has everything positive rests on it. And there's a whole range of positive ramifications that come off that. So let's explore, what does that mean? What does that belief mean? To fully, unconditionally accept what's happened in the present moment. The implication of that is that there is no resistance. Therefore, there's no stress or worry or anxiety. What's happened has happened. It is as it is. We can't stop it. So the wisest thing to do is to accept it unconditionally and to surrender to it. That surrender also implies that what's happening in the present moment is the best possibility that could possibly be. It's the best thing that could possibly happen. Therefore, there's no stress, no worry, no anxiety, no fear, no dread, no panic. And there is, in fact, in this surrender to what is, acceptance, unconditional acceptance of the present moment, being and accepting that this is the best that it could possibly be. There's a certain peace and inner tranquility and security that comes with that. And that's extremely powerful, because it allows you to have a clear mind. And then creativity comes about, and positive ideas come about from a relaxed, stress-free environment where there's no tension and where there isn't a clingy, obsessive determination to have to change something or to arrive at some place. That's the strength that this belief has. To fully and unconditionally accept what is here and now carries unbelievable strength and power. And when you're in that state, you'll find that things flow with ease and things have a way of working themselves out. And so let's look at this. You run in a country lane, give an example. You run in a country lane and you find yourself going, it's been raining, it's muddy, you find yourself sinking deeper and deeper into the mud. So you accept, first step number one, you fully accept what's happening. You can't change it, it's happened. With ease and relaxation, you do not resist what is. You have several choices. Obviously, you have to get yourself out of the mud. So you do your best in a relaxed and stress-free way to get yourself out of the mud, and you do your best until you get yourself out of the mud. No problem, no complaints, no whining, no whinging, no negativity. Let's take another example. Our practices have been closed down. We can't practice dentistry. Step number one, fully accept the present situation in the moment, fully accept what's happening here and now, and then you have several choices. Do your best to try and change the situation in every way that you possibly can. Take all the measures that you can to mitigate and to reduce any damage that's there. And slowly but surely, things have a way of working out themselves. You've done it in a stress-free, relaxed environment. There's no tension here. There's a certain sense of inner peace and tranquility as you go about dealing with the situation at hand. That's the power of this belief. And just an adjunct to that belief is, just to give you that extra sense of certainty, is also the belief that nothing real can be threatened. So anything and everything that's real will prevail. And nothing unreal has any power, and therefore everything unreal will perish. That gives us an extra sense of inner peace and security within. So how do we instill this in our hearts and mind? You've got to assimilate it, and my recommendation is, first of all, to listen to this webinar, preferably over and over and over again. We want this principle, this belief, to go deep in our bones, in our veins, in our muscle. We want to fully assimilate this. And you do it through self-inquiry. You do it through contemplation. You do it through repetition. You do it through affirmation. You do it through what's known as incantation, which is to repeat the belief over and over again in an emotional and with positive emotions. It often takes time for deeply powerful beliefs to be ingrained into our being. And these are all the ways that I've mentioned and I've suggested that you do it. It's a process. I will be addressing it again, but for now, the most powerful belief that you can have to choose to empower you and make you the best that you possibly can is to fully and unconditionally accept the present moment. Surrender to the now, free of tension, free of negativity, with an inner feeling of contentment and positivity, and then move to deal with your present situation in the best way that you possibly can. In that way, life is a pleasure to live. Life becomes a breeze. There is no negativity, and all that's left is positivity. I'll leave you with that. Good luck. It's a massively powerful belief to have. Let's all work at trying to instill this deep within us. And I'll see you next time. You take care.